Hey y'all, how's it going? It's been a hot minute since I did any sort of streaming, so we're just gonna take it nice and easy today. I got some work video stuff I've been working on, and I kind of want to see if I can get back in the flow of doing this sort of thing. So while we're just kind of hanging out, chilling, I'm gonna be working on a couple demos for some video stuff that I'm working on for Sanity. And actually, I need to refresh my overlays a little bit. My overlays, by the way, are just completely and utterly um, destroyed. They are broken beyond all repair. They work because this overlay that you see here is stored actually in Netlify, and that actually works out pretty well for me. However, I need to go in and go into studio mode here and update the titles that you're seeing, because that's something to be done, right? Screen share, because these actually, they don't work locally, which is actually where I would normally be doing that. But we are good to go. The title has been updated. So while we're just kind of chatting, let me know if you have any questions about what I'm doing, what's going on, questions about web dev in general, questions about Sanity in general. I'm just going to be playing with a few things today to try get some ideas around some demos for some videos. So I'm going to go ahead and just send this over into screen share mode. I've already been kind of doing some work anyway. So yeah, just going to start up this Sanity instance here. What I'm working on right now is trying to get inline references in terms of e-commerce stuff, and I'll show that off in a second. But I'm trying to figure out a good, super simple use case for an inline reference. What is Pixel doing on top of me here? That's no good. Let's see. Just move myself up here. That'll work, right? So just trying to figure out how I can use that in a super simple demo that can be kind of done in just maybe 2 or 3 minutes when I'm kind of explaining it. So that's going to be the real challenge to all of this. So let's see what my studio looks like here. So we had this idea of references between items. So inside of this field here, I have a reference to, actually it's to the same one, which is not great. Let's choose a different one. So then in theory from this I can grab information, and actually I want to see if I can check if this is on sale, so that wherever this item is in terms of like the description for another product or in a blog post, I could very easily move in and display a sale flag on it of some sort, which I think is an interesting use case. Unfortunately, I don't have a front end for this, so we might have to look at building a super simple, small front end for it. It works pretty well as just the back end. But right now, we have this, and we can query for that, but we also need to add to our product data some sort of sale flag. So let's see what we have in terms of the data on this one. We have a price, we have a SKU. I might just add a sale price, and then if the sale price is a thing, we can query against that and display some sort of flag. I could give it a tag of on sale, but that seems like a wasted use case there. So let's see, this is block content. We want to add something to, I don't know if we'll want product or if we'll want product variant. So let's see what our data looks like. Our product is a vendor, a blurb, tags, variants. So I'm guessing, yeah, the product variant is what's storing the price. So each variant has a price and a SKU. So let's add a sale price. Alright, so title is going to be sale price, name, sale price, and type. Since the price is a number, let's let this be a number, I guess. Keep that consistent. This is just one of our starters. I'm trying my best not to modify too much in terms of that. All right, so sale price should now be here. Yes, we now have a sale price. So let's say this is on sale for $5.99. Really? You don't like that? Why don't you like that? Oh, I liked it. as you go red on them. Interesting. All right, so we'll publish that, and let's go do a query. I guess we need the sale price over on this as well, because that's actually where what's being referenced. So the sale price goes here. All right, so we want to query and get the Happy Kitchen hamburger, because that's what has the reference right here. You can see it here. So let's get the ID for this. Inspect it. ID is this fun nonsense. Copy that. Let's see. All right. Yeah, I know chat is weird in here too. Let's see if I can make this bigger. It's mostly just pretzel.rocks right now, so that's fine. Just kind of, there we go. All right, so we got that ID. Let's go into the Vision plugin so we can do an actual query against this. So let's grab anything that has an ID that matches that string. Run that, see what we get. No matches, because I have a carriage return in there. There we go. All right, so there is our product. Has a whole bunch of stuff going on. We got locale strings, body. So the downside to using this one is this gives us all this localization stuff, which makes it a little bit more complex to query against, but that's probably not the worst thing in the world. Let's do a projection. Title. I think we also want the body in there. Product. Happy hamburger. Sale price is there, but that's not what we want yet. We want the body. Yes. You can see there's translations. I don't think I want to do anything with the translations right now, obviously, but we do want this body reference. So let's go ahead and grab the body off of it as well. And run that query. And we really just want body.english. So let's get our English. It's going to be body. There we go. That is a portable text block content array, where we have all these different blocks. So what we really wind up having to do is actually serialize this on a front end. So we do need a front end to get this, but if we come down here, let us expand all these. Where's the one we want? I think that's in the children. Since it's an inline reference, it'll be in the child and the second child. 1, 2, children. We've got a span that has a blank text. And we come in and we have this reference. So we'll need to actually dereference that as well. So this is where it gets fun. Alright, so for these, we want to run a projection and get everything. Array, so we actually need to get through that array and do a projection on those and get everything back. Okay, second one, and then we want to check. I want to go into children. Do a projection on the children. For each of the children, we want to dereference if it is a reference. Let's see. So children, if it's not a span, actually take a look. Mark Rock cheat sheet. So on each of these, we can do a text match. We don't want to do that though. Here we go. And we'll say children reference. We want to dereference the second child there. If there is a reference on it. So we need to make a new child. I should go look this up. This is always driving me a little out there. I'm almost positive this is in here, but also I've got a couple other places I can check to remind myself of how this works. Data, posts. Here we go. So we have the author reference here. I'm going to copy this. All right. This will break everything just by having it here. But we take a look at the body. In this case, it is the body.n. We bring back everything that was there. And then in the children, we bring back everything, and then we join the inline reference. Here we go. So we check to see if the type equals, in this case, we want the type to equal, we just call that reference. That'll work, that's fine. Type equals reference, then do a projection that brings back title, and that will be, we'll actually probably need to dive into that, but at title probably, and we don't need slug right now. Let's just get the title back and see what we can get off of that. Get rid of that for the moment. All right, that was in the second paragraph. So now we've got children and with the type as reference, so we're still not dereferencing it. We need to do that. Studio, schemas, and the post. I bet there's going to be an objects and not in post, yeah. All right, so our objects, then we want the author reference. Okay, so the author reference is type of reference to author. reference is a thing. So it's got the name, so whatever our name is, which in this case is going to be product variant, probably. Query. Children. Still not getting that new reference. Oh, you know what? Am I being... Or do we actually just want to... Hey, thanks for the follow, Only Ray. Welcome to the stream this afternoon, or whatever time it may be where you are. How's it going? There we go. Okay. There's the title. Perfect. All right, so for this, we also want to, I mean, we could grab everything. That feels wasteful in terms of what we want here. So let's only grab the data that we need. So we want to make this display a sale. So we need to check for its variant or its price. So let's see what the inspect shows us on how to access that price. Search for price. So we have the default product variant. So this is where we get kind of complicated with having all those variants in there, which might mean that I want to roll my own simpler e-commerce studio for this, because this has kind of the whole shebang. But let's get this taken care of. So we want to get default product variant price. That seems to make sense to me, especially since we're not pulling a product variant into that reference. But there's also sale price. So where's the sale on this? Oh, that is case sensitive. Interesting. I've never tried case sensitivity in the search field before. So yeah, default product variant, sale price. So that's going to be back into our Vision plugin. So we got the title. Let's also get, we could just make this a Boolean kind of idea and just check for a sale. But that might be, we might want to have that data and actually put the price in there. So let's call sale price. And that's going to be the reference and get me, what did we say? It was default variant, I think. This is not the full thing that we want, but let's see what that returns. Nothing. All right. Default product variant. All right. Let's copy and paste, shall we? That'll go better. Run that query. Dig back down into our children. Okay, we have sale price, which is the full variant. Not what we want. We want the sale price property. Sale price. So we'll be able to check on the front end against that. So let's grab children. Sale price $5.99. We could make this a Boolean too. We could just check to see if sale price has a value and then send the Boolean down. But if we go and we look, let's do another inline reference so we have something to test against. So that's an amazing burger. That's on sale. This one isn't. We'll grab a referenced product and let's get, I don't know what any of these things are. This is some really high quality Nordic products that you can, I suppose, buy. So let's grab that and let's see if we get anything in its query back. So let's run that query again. The second paragraph should have more children now. It does. The first one has a sale price and a title. The space at the end. The last one here has a reference and no sale price. So that is something that we can query against and just have it be in our front end. I think that's probably for the best. I could be convinced otherwise if anyone has opinions in chat about that, but I think that makes the most sense. So now we have to figure out a front end for this. But I think I may go and recreate this and create a super simple studio for it, because this is going through and having to deal with the translations and the product variants and all of that. I think that's too much for the demo size of what I'm trying to make. So let's see if we can knock out a very, very quick low-end studio. Pay no attention to the amount of garbage on my desktop. Let's just pretend that wasn't embarrassing for you to see. All right. Let's see. We're going to run Sanity init. Let's create a new project. We'll call this e-commerce simple inline reference. We want default dataset configuration. Output path as, that's a terrible output path. So let's say this is going to be inline ref e-commerce. That went where I expected it to, good. And then we want, let's start with the blog schema, because I'd actually rather reference this inside of blog posts with the idea that like a marketing team might have a blog and products. And so let's do a little bit of both there. That'll take a second. So let's, how's it going in chat today? Hey, Jeff. I see you hanging out in here. Appreciate you coming by. I think, are you the Jeff that is in the Sanity Slack community? Anyway, if you're in chat, let me know. Say hi. Tell me where you're at. More importantly, tell me the ambient temperature in your room right now, because I'll tell you, it's like 60 degrees in the room that I'm at right now, which is fine. Like, I have a blanket. I'm actually super comfortable, except for my fingers. My fingers are super cold today. All right, let's go ahead and move into our inline ref e-commerce and open that on up. Cool. Thanks for hanging out, Jeff. I appreciate you being here. And thanks for all the help that you offer in the Sanity IO land. It's super helpful. All right, let's look at our schemas. We've got block content, which will actually be putting that same field in. We have post category schemas. And let's see, let's make a new file, and let's make a product.js. Make this a new schema, product, and then the fields, we need a string field. That's right, all my shortcuts. Field, this will be title, type of string, and we'll need a slug. My slug shortcut is just way too complex. All right. We also need, let's see, a price and a sale price, and we'll have those be numbers again. So we need, do I have a number field, or do I need to go in use field? All right, so this will be price, and this will be a number. And then, why is that called Sanity? What did I do there? Lucky. So it is a custom snippet. We really need to get our snippets into there is an extension inside VS Code for Sanity, and it has some autocomplete, and it has we built something the last all hands that we had for doing grok queries, so you can actually have those grok queries show show the result in line if the certain conditions are met. So there is a VS Code extension. It does not have these snippets. It probably should. Let me see if I can find a link, because need to, let's see, find this code snippet. Do a better search than that. But it's actually made by one of our solutions engineers, Runa, who has some videos on our YouTube channel doing some cool stuff. But super handy. Like there's a gist that he's got. Some of these are my own. Some of these came from him. Some of them are his that I then messed with. Me snippets. Oops. Help if I hit the right buttons. How do I even get to my snippets anymore? I don't even remember how that works. But yeah, just something to play around with, and lets me. I'm really bad at syntax. Like I forget like the exact right words for stuff all the time. Which actually I've been recording videos, and I'm not like in the videos. I can't allow myself to use the snippets, and so I have to go in and automatically type things out, and so it's really rough. Oh yeah, Enrique's snippet extension is really good. I should actually probably go to that since this is just like my own thing. But yeah. Let's see. We also want a sale price. That'll be another number field. Sale price. Number. And then let's see, we want a body of some sort, and we already have that block content. Let me pull exactly what that needs to be here. And now just pull that rich text editing experience. I don't know, do you think we need anything else for a kind of a default product view? We've got a price, a sale price, like a body, maybe a description would be nice that's not portable text, a slug, and a title. Like trying to go real low level. I suppose category would probably be a good thing. We already have this idea of blog categories. I don't know if the schema could match up as easily there with the data. Let's just make sure that we're not airing anything else. Sanity start. My chat room is welcoming me to the chat room. That's disconcerting. All right, compiling. Lockheed, are you in Sanity's Slack community? Oh, yeah, I need to actually include that in my schema.js file. So, import product from product. Nice. Well, welcome both to that community and to the chat here on my personal channel. Very nice to have you in both places. Let's see, call it product. All right, commas are helpful. Products. So add a new product. Slug. $5. Sale price will be $3. This is a body field. All right, but this isn't the meat of what we want here. We want to go in and we want to add in just like we did in the other project, which I have unfortunately, did I minimize it? Yes. I can copy and paste. Love it. That was in our block content over here. Not that it actually takes all that much effort to have this, but we come in to our block content. It's of block, but also each block can also have an of, which is a super weird thing to like wrap your head around, but you can have what are called inline references. And like, this is actually one of those things I never remember the syntax for. I can never remember, is it an of, is it a fields? It is an of on our block, right? So it's a block and also has an of. The of can have a type of reference. It is a reference to a product. So theoretically, save that in. All right, loading. This is the body field. Here's an inline reference to a product. There it is. It's going to end up referencing itself, which is super fun. All right, but I can also take this and go into a blog post and add it to the blog posts. Announcing CSS grid course. Generate. No authors, that doesn't matter for now. We also don't have any categories right now. Go ahead and have it published at today. All right. Super happy to announce a new red old amazing course. Woohoo! And then put our inline reference here. And this inline reference, there, publish that. So now we can grab all of our blog posts and do that same dereferencing shenanigans we did a few minutes ago. So we can come into Vision, so we can kind of get that saved in. Let's grab this. Let's get our type of post. Type of post, excellent. And let's get everything. And we no longer need this to be English. This will be, actually we don't even need to do it this way anymore. This will be a little bit better. So body, dereference, get everything, including the children. The children get everything, but if it's reference, dereference those pieces. Fingers crossed. All right. Here's a blog post. Has everything that we want. Has slug. Why is that a slug? Announcing, yeah. Announcing CSS Grid course. The body has 2 paragraphs, 2 blocks. The second block has children. Children say, woohoo. Have a reference, has a title, but doesn't have that sale price. And that's because we don't have this default product variant anymore. So if y'all are curious, this is actually going to be a 5 to 10 minute YouTube video that we're going to release at some point in the near future. Once I obviously make the demo and record the demo and edit the demo and all that good stuff. All right, so now second block, children, sale price $3. Cool. So, hey, Mike from Hat. All things. Oh yeah, no, that was a super fun fun stream. I love all of the image URL stuff, and thanks for having that stream too. Like that was super fun. I was so glad that like I think it was like later on at night, at least for me, and I just gotten my son to bed, and I was like, oh, someone is streaming about Sanity. I gotta go check that out, and it was super fun to hang out. Thanks for the follow, OP Davies. So now we have to figure out, now that we have a simplified version of all of this, some sort of really simple front-end demo for it. And I'm wondering about the best way to do that that's going to be the easiest for people to understand. One of the things I did recently, I wonder if it's still in my history, code sandbox, is that it? Another thing that I'm working on for these demo videos, and thanks, Lockheed, for the follow. I appreciate it. Here's actually one that I put together. I haven't recorded it yet, but using the palettes from images that you get by default in that image set of metadata. You can actually choose like background colors for your images, so that when the aspect ratios go wonky like they can, you can choose to crop them, and cropping them is perfectly fine, but you can also come in and add a background color, and then like on the fly, you could say, well, instead of vibrant, let's get the dark colors there. Is that right? Dark vibrant. There we go. And that kind of changes it out, but also has a background and a foreground color attached to it, which is super handy. But I actually really liked the regular vibrant. I thought the sparklers were really pretty to have that orange come in as the background. But you can see, like, when I change that to, let's change it to light vibrant, you can see the text color automatically changes there, because there's a foreground and a background color on it, which is just, like, I wish I'd been around the company when they were like making these decisions, because they're just awesome. I wish I could take any even tiny bit of credit on that, because it's just super handy. But yeah, vibrant is where I'm at right now. Anyway, so I'm wondering if I should make a like super simple front end, but I think it might make more sense to have it as a full repository at that point. Debating though. It's like you've got Pico Sanity, and you can use that for like just doing like a quick like React thing, but I don't know. I want it to be as simple as possible for somebody to get started with and kind of go from there, which I could turn all of this and the super simple front end into a starter and let a user just kind of run a starter. Hey, Naren, long time no see. Thanks for stopping by. And so, yeah, if I did a starter, that'd be super easy. But then there's the overhead of having it as a starter. So maybe we'll work out a front end using 11D, because I'd like 11D. I bet I can get that thrown together in a little bit. Yeah, there's been so much going on that it's been pretty hard for me to find the time to stream too much. Let's see, how do I want to run this? I guess for now, let's just create a new 11D project. Make directory, ecom, 11D. And theoretically, this will turn into a mono repo so that it can be in there. And Naren remembers all of my things. CSS fun fact. Here's a super CSS fun fact that just came out today. The W3C working group, the CSS working group. I don't know if it's a CSS working group or if it's another one, but container queries are an official specification now. Container queries being the ability to have your code react to the size or various properties of its container. And that solves so many componentization issues in web development. So super cool that is coming. It's still like forever away because they have to go through the full specification, but it's an official W3C specification at this point. So that's super handy. npm init, npm I at 11D. Let's go ahead and create an index.html. Let's create a data folder, because we know we're going to pull that data in from Sanity. Let's create, what else? We'll need a product detail page. So product dot, what do I want to use for this? Markdown? Do I want to use nunjucks? Let's use nunjucks. That'll be the product detail page. We'll pull all that information from, yeah, it'll come in like 2030, yeah. I mean, in fairness, like Chrome, I think the Chrome dev team has already been working on their like test specification for it. So as long as like the W3C kind of comes together around that specification, it might happen more quickly. So that'll be good. All right, for now we're gonna need, let's do 2 data files. We'll want posts.js, and we'll want products. I don't think we actually need products for this, but if we're gonna make it like a starter, we will. Oops. dot in there would be super handy. All right, so let us go do some stealing, shall we? All right, so let's go back to our standard 11D blog starter, and let's steal from Canute from a while ago. So we don't want authors because that's not, well, that's fine. All this should be fine because we did use that that same starting point. And here's that that official thing I was talking about earlier, right? Where if you have the Sanity extension installed, from our hackathon that we had at our last all hands, you can now click to execute that query. It'll fail on this because obviously I haven't told it anything about this stuff up here, which oof. I'm gonna have to steal a lot more to make this work. Block content to markdown is probably fine. Why do we require grok on this? I don't actually want to require grok, so that's fine. That, okay, that'll be a client that will set up serializers file, which probably makes sense. I don't want to do overlay drafts. Let's see. Let's get rid of that step. Let's just return the docs. Alright, and let's see. So this is in our posts, that's fine. We do need to go ahead and set up in the tills folder. And then inside that, we'll set up our Sanity client. What was the other thing we needed? I need to npm install that Sanity. Do I want block content to markdown or do I want to go to HTML? I think HTML, but I already have it set up as content to markdown. Because most of this stuff also won't be in the tutorial, right? Like you'll just get all of this for free and then we'll work on top of it. Sanity client. We can set up a new client, which we could do on our own, certainly, but I'm trying to get this done. So, Sanity client here. So, let's see what Canute's working with here. We've got checking for environment variables. Sanity client is going to require that, so we'll need to install it. Sanity client. Client config. You set up a client config somewhere else. We actually will need some of this stuff in our starter, but I'm not going to get there yet. Config.js, I think it was. Yeah. Project ID. Hide all that. We'll want to come back to that when I actually clean things up in the future. And we don't want to be an environment variable for now. So we'll get a string. Our data set will be production. And let's see. This one. Sanity.json. Project ID. Paste that in there, save it, go back into our client config. Client config is finding that file, which I've named wrong. Rename, config, and it's importing the Sanity variable out of that. And then we export our Sanity client out of this, check and see if there's anything I need to edit here. I think that should all be fine. Because if it returns blank here, it just gives us a read-only token. Yeah. That should be fine for the moment. All right, module exports. Save that. I mean, this is probably going to be one of those things where it's going to completely and utterly break down as soon as I try to run 11D. But that's where the fun comes in, right? Why is generate post not being used? Deleted too much from here. That's what we want. All right, save that. Generate post, that's taking that body, and we're gonna have to run that through the serializer, and that's exactly what we want to have to do. So we need the serializer to start with, the easy serializer, and then we'll create more to deal with what we've got later. So utils, serializers.js. This is where we're going to create a new serializer to deal with the product information. Like now that I'm looking at it, I'm realizing that I probably should like fork the Sanity blog starter and bring that down. Or the Sanity 11D blog starter. Yeah, that's way easier. That's way easier. All right, sanity.io/create. I honestly have like 8 of these in my GitHub. So we'll title this 11D e-commerce simplified. I will never remember that. If I'm streaming again like next week and I'm like working on this, which hopefully I won't be. Hopefully this will be done relatively quickly. So this will be Sanity 11D ecom. Connect Netlify. Create project. All right, see how much easier this is going to be? This is going to be way easier. I'm going to keep this up for the moment. CD back in here. Let's leave the one we had before and let's just clone that in. All right, CD into Sanity 11D ecom. So the cool thing on this is that all that work was actually done for us to hook things up, which is super nice. I don't have to like go find those project ideas or anything like that. So let's see. In theory, I need to run an npm install, which is also going to run some Learna stuff to get everything ready. So we have all these nice build step pieces here that we don't have to think about. In our web, actually we need to go into our studio first, and let's go ahead and create a new schema. Let's put these things side by side. Let's see. Did I minimize it? That's probably it. All right. So let's bring our product that we made earlier and create a product schema here. Save that. We're going to create that in the schema. And it's kind of tight to read. I apologize for that. Import product from documents. Product. And then down here we need to, let's keep all of our things together. So this will be product. Save that. Then what else did we do? We changed our block content to have this reference to our new document type. So that will be an objects. And we don't care about those. We do care about body. Body is where we want that to be. So let's just put that in roughly the same spot here. All right, now let's see if I can run these concurrently. Let's see if concurrently is going to run decently for me here. Package.json, dev run sanity start. Oh, this is inside of the studio. I want to run both at the same time. So post install hopefully ran itself. Yeah, let's run npm run dev. All right, I don't think we need any of the things that we did before. It'll error, yeah, because I'm running Sanity instance back here. Let's try that again. All right. 11D built, that's good. Running at 8080. Sanity looks like it is still compiling, but should get up and running here shortly. So we have a lovely blog. And then in theory, we should also have, once Studio finishes building, an editor as well, a backend for it. So I've got about 30 more minutes. I'm wondering if we can get this done. While we wait for that to come up, we know our schema. We know what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and see if we can create a new data file here for products.js. It'll follow some of what we have going on here. We need our client. We need our serializers. Let's grab those. Products. And then let's go ahead and what else do we need? So we're going to create a function to grab all that stuff. Yeah, most of this is going to be fine. We'll just change out the queries. Yeah, let's do most of it. So in this case, we know we're going to have all this in the body, and we're going to have to redo that query. I could probably save that query somewhere else and make my life a little easier. But in this case, we're going to have a type of product. We want to make sure it has a defined slug. And let's get rid of the publish time. And then we're going to grab some data off of it. We don't have a published at. We do have a title, slug, and body. And we don't have authors on that. So, no error happened, which I think is okay, but it did not run that one piece. You can see down here, 11 is telling us all the different benchmark pieces that it was running, and it did not run that, which is fine. Doesn't matter that much. Sorry, Slack's up over there. Has token. Oh, that's right. I don't want to care about this. It's already here. It should be fine. Prepare posts. In this case, it should be probably prepare products, but that's okay. And then because I'm also not exporting all that out, right? So we need, when this file gets hit, to run that function. There we go. Errors. Haha. Errors are kind of what we want. Post. So yeah, I guess I didn't. We don't really need this grok thing here, but might as well. And then we're not serializing it, which is probably going to give us an error as well, because we don't have the prepare function. Where is that? Overlay drafts, and then prepare post goes through the reduced docs map generate post. So we do want that as well. You know what, instead of running these simultaneously, let's just run them separately. CD into Studio, Sanity start, and CD into web. And we'll run, actually probably run dev has to work here too, otherwise it wouldn't work with Lerna. There we go. All right, errors are fine because we expected an error. Overlay drafts is not defined. See, adding complexity is rarely what you actually want to do. Okay. So, authors ran. All those posts. did not run products. I might not be accessing that anymore. I thought it ran no matter what, but maybe not. Maybe it's smart enough not to do that. All right, so we want to have what? A new file that is going to mirror a little bit this post file. So let's go ahead and grab it and make product.nunjucks and create a new tag for that. Let's let it run through the post. Let's let it run through that for now. Let's see. Alias will be product. Data will be products. Because this is the pagination, we're going to say give it a size of 1. Add all pages to collection. Take our alias. Get the slug from the alias. All right. Now we don't actually have anything in that yet, but let's see, anything run down here? Products. Okay, so it did actually run that query. So that's good. It didn't error on the query, also good. Now we just need to have products. So log into our new one, because remember we created another one. Which I should be creating this in my, yeah, I created, okay. Let's try that again from the top. Okay, error. Errors are fine. Unknown type block content. Oh, because it's not block content, it's body portable text in this one. So I get for copying and pasting. So product has not block content, but body portable text. Oh, this is, ooh. How out of date is this? It's supposed to. Let's get this up to date. And Sanity upgrade. Because by default, in new versions of Studio, you can get the Vision plugin in development without installing the plugin. Which is super handy in situations like this. Anyway, so we'll reinstall that. Let's go back to our 11D pieces. So let's close that out. Product. So yeah, I guess at this point we are waiting to get our product information. Let's take a look at our post.nunjuck. Nope, we want our layout. So utils. Studio. Layouts. What's post doing for us? We got post.title. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a product. It'll inherit from layout base, template class. That's fine. So this will be product.everything. Don't want to have anything about authors, product.body. All right. That's fine for now until we get things fully up and running. All right. Oh, I have to recompile, to restart it. Heading to bed. Okay, cool. Thanks for hanging out with us today, Lockheed. We'll see you in the Slack community. All right. We got product. So let's go ahead and add a product. Simple product. Generate the slug, give it a price, give it a sale price, give it a body, publish. All right, so build 11D. Error. Excellent. Love errors. All right. Did I not install that? Blocks to mark now is not defined. All right. Where did I go wrong? Products.js. Oh yeah, I didn't require it up here, did I? Just next time y'all just tell me, like, just copy everything. Just copy everything that you've got there. So let's go back into data, posts, and grab blocks to markdown. And we'll just let that be the case for this one. And that goes into our products.js file. And we run dev. Okay. So, you know what I didn't do? I didn't give us a way to loop through this, but you can see here, let's see, do we have it? Index, authors, posts. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't give it a good URL. Don't want that open anymore. See, it's posts, that's no good. Products. So now when it generates, posts, authors, posts. Oh, come on. Let's also console log driven development for a second. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't change my grok query here, did I? Here's the projection. Oh, no, I did. There. Okay. All right. So, console log prepare posts. Here we get back. We get back an error. Which one? Oh, post.nunchucks errors. That's why it's not building. But we are getting the data, I think I saw. Yep. Here's the data. Although I'm getting body as a string, which is interesting. Okay, so what are we not liking? Input data should be a string. Post.nunchucks. Input data should be a string. What file is this? Layouts, post.nunchucks. Okay. Post.nunchucks. Why is that the case? Then, oh, layouts. Aha, okay. Yep, I never changed this. Layouts should go now to product. Product? Products. Layouts, product. Okay. Index, post. No errors this time. Build. Products. There it is. Haha. Okay. So we are getting our product in now. So that means we can also create our collection on the home page, or loop through our collection on the home page, just so we can see everything. Keep in mind, theoretically, I'll come in and I'll actually clean this up. But let's see. We will do a for loop here. I no longer have all my 11D fanciness for these. For product in collections.products. I think, is that right? Tag is products, yeah. But I haven't actually defined that in my 11D config. We'll do that in a second. For product title. This will probably error. No, cool. But it won't show anything. That much I'm almost positive of. Yeah. Alright, that's fine. That's roughly what we expect to see. Alright, now we need to go into .11d.config. Or 11d.js, and we need a new collection. Which we're finding anywhere here, are we? Well, I mean, technically I don't have to do that, so for now, we'll just go into products. Simple product. We actually don't care that much about the products. James, how's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. We only got about like 15 minutes left in what I got time for today, but I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us for a little while. How is it going? How was your stream earlier? I wasn't able to catch it. I was in some meetings. Y'all were talking about testing, right? Unit testing with Jest. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the fun thing was I turned it on in the background during one of my meetings, and like while I was having to like not be like super focused on it for a few minutes, and then I was like, nope, can't do this, can't split my focus, and shut it back down. Jest is the JavaScript unit testing, right? Yeah, nice. Did y'all actually get something up and running and tested? All right, let's see. Blog posts. Which blog post is this? My brand new blog powered by Sanity. That is this one. Added a few simple tests to me. Oh, nice. Giveaway bot. Do you have a link to that? I might have a need of that. Excerpt. All right, so do we have our inline references? No, we haven't created that yet. Why didn't anyone remind me we need to go in and create that? Studio, I thought we did, didn't we? Image, author reference, neither of those are what we need. Studio, schemas, documents, nope, objects, body portable text of type reference to type product. Did I save it? Hey, TechGatcha, how's it going? Welcome back. It's been a while, huh? Just been hanging out in the chats. Haven't actually been live for a bit. Idea for Sanity. Is there no public form to submit info to Sanity? Doing a lot of sending public form to people to fill out. So you can actually do quite a bit, James. Let me actually show this real fast. Sanity.io/docs. I'm very into our docs. I'm working on creating some new things around it. I also get feedback submitted directly from these documents inside of it. So if you were to go to, say, Sanity Studio and want to find out more about block content, one of the things that we're working with today, right? You can come in, intro to portable text, which is a guide. Where do I want to go? Customization. Here we go. So down here at the bottom, there's a long one. There's this idea of, was this article helpful? And you can not at all, somewhat, absolutely. And then you can also suggest an improvement, which opens up this field, and you can submit that. It goes directly into our studio, tied to this as a reference, to this article as a reference, displays an emoji about how you felt about it, and then also gives that feedback. So I can read the feedback, click a button in the studio, which takes me directly over to the document that it's referring to. So it's super handy. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with that. So what were you saying? You're saying Airtable, right? Do a lot of work in Airtable and spending public form for people to fill out. Yeah, like you could move that into the Sanity API. Yeah, all that logic was built, but really what you're doing is you're just on that form submission, you send it to a serverless function, and then send that over. So I would have to build a form myself. I mean, it would be a serverless function where you would mutate the data and send a patch over to Sanity. You could also, we do some things, I feel like you could do something with Zapier about it, but yeah, with Airtable you don't have to code anything. I totally get that. something to be said about having it directly in your studio. But yeah, like for me, if there's some stuff to do around it, but yeah, it's not push button, right? Which I mean, that's part of the philosophy, right? Part of the philosophy is like some of these things should probably be handled on the development side. You could then like make changes, make sure it's in GitHub, and make sure it's all tracked. But what was I doing? So I want to get this. Okay, so what happened? I made a product. Oh, that's right. We have to debug why I'm not getting my reference in here. I wonder if there's even the right portable text. I wish this didn't have like 8 portable texts in it. Let me zoom out. It'll be harder for you all to see, but it'll be easier for me to get high level. Post body. Okay, so does my product schema have a post body? Would be the next question. Body portable text. Does that match up with what post is doing? Well, I actually don't care about product. I care about post. So post has body portable text. It's right here. Okay. This has a block. Type of reference to product. Is product actually what I called my product schema? Would be the next question I need to ask myself. Let's see. Name product, yes. So I feel like something is amiss or broken somewhere else, and it's just not erroring for me. Author reference is there. Oh, okay, yeah. We already have, like, I'm so used to most of my studios not having this, these inline references, but this one does have an inline reference down here. So there's already an array for the of. We just need to add our new one onto it and make sure we have a comma. So type of reference and to product. Okay. So save that, it compiles, and now we should have that inline reference. There we go, reference it to a product. We only have one product in the system. Publish that. All right, now this would normally happen in a webhook, but I need to rebuild Eleventy. I might come back and like turn this into something else, so I might use Next or something like that. But I know I can put the spike in the ground for this much quicker in Eleventy than I can in anything else. So now we should actually be erroring on that page in some way, because this page shouldn't actually be able to handle that new product reference. What's that? Products.js. It would be post.js. So body, post. So we actually need the body goes into our serializer for the body, which is in our utils folder. All right, so we need a new one in here, which is going to be very similar to this, except for it just needs to display something slightly different. So we'll need it's not author reference, it is, what are we calling it? Let's go ahead and query so we can see what we're working with. So let's just grab this ID. All right. Oh, Envision's not here. Should be. Let's see. Nope. All right. Sanity install Vision. I think that'll get it for me. But what we're going to be doing is going to be on our blog post, taking a look at our body, and then our body has children, or each of our body items has children. The second paragraph has the children that we care about, I think, which has happened. I made a product, and then we've got that reference. All right, rebuilt, go into Vision, and we want an ID of that ID. we can also do this, but it'll be a little harder to see, I think. All right, so here's our body. Like we said, is this the right one? What just happened? I made a product. Here's the product. And our grok query from before, which it saved in the browser for us, is still working. So we do need to bring this bit of the query over into what we're getting. So that will be inside of our post.js, our filter. So we've got this type reference. We also want to go ahead and join another inline reference for those. So every time we've got something that is a type of reference, go ahead and grab the title and the sale price off of it. Uh-oh. Okay, this is actually more of what I was expecting. All right, serializers need a new reference. So we're calling this reference, which is going to be, let's see, we've got a node, and then I can never remember all this stuff. So we're going to console log the node so I can take a look at it. And we need a comma. And we'll have to restart that. We can zoom back in. Oh, no. All right, npm run dev. Okay. What do you not like about that? Arrow was thrown. Malformed arrow function. What? My arrow function is perfect. Oh, yep, that was. There we go, and we don't need this over here. I stand by my arrow function being perfect, even though it completely wasn't. All right, let's run that again. So, look at that. All right, we've got the key, the ref, and those pieces. So we have a title, we have the sale price, which we kind of want to be which is kind of a Boolean for us. But let's see. So we're going to say, we're going to return this as a markdown string. So we want to return template literal. I guess we want this to be a link because this can then, so we'll actually need the slug too. So we'll grab that in a second. So we want this to be a link, and it's going to be node.what? Title. So node.title, and then we want there to, if there is a reference, if there is a sale price, we want to display something, right? So we'll do parentheses, space. Actually, so we'll do template or a string interpolation, and we'll say, all right, we want conditional based on node.sale price. So if node.salePrice exists, then return back. Can I do this? Can I put multiple template literals together like that? Worth a shot. Return back node.salePrice. If not, then return back nothing. Open, close. That's fine. All right, I think that looks right. Did it blow up? It did not blow up. That's good. I'll be super happy if I can get this done before I need to log off. I made a product. All right, it is blank. Why is it blank? Because I technically didn't provide a URL, right? So let's just put that for now. Hey, all right, simple product. All right, so we'll say on sale for, put a space there, put a space here, maybe a colon, save that. Simple product on sale for $5, or for $5, which, you know, dollar would be good there, I suppose. Which then links to the homepage. We need to actually grab that URL. So in our products, nope, or in our posts, we'll probably also want to completely refactor this and pull this out and put it in another file so that both can reference it, because you might want to reference one product from another. That might be a use case. All right, sale price, title, we need a URL for this, so we need the slug. Slug is going to equal this, dereference, get the slug, and bring me the current slug. All right, and so that is going to go in my serializer right here. And it's going to be /products/ interpolate node.slug, I think. Simple product. I'm honestly surprised that I got that. I know that, like, if some of you have been around since I started the stream an hour and a half ago, we went through some trials at the beginning, figuring out how we actually wanted this to be a guide, but we have found our way to the end here. We have a inline reference inside of our blog, our marketing blog for our e-commerce site, that can take any, I guess we need to check to make sure that our sale, not sale, is working. So when it's not on sale, what does that do? So now that parentheses should go away, but everything else should still be hanging out there. Let's see. New blog. Go back. Reload this page. And it's gone. Does the URL still work? It does. So we have products. We have blog posts. The blog post can reference a product in line. Simple product. Let's go ahead and add some text after that as well. That's why I love references in Sanity. Like, it's just an interesting way of doing things. It gives you so much flexibility. Sample product that may or may not be on sale. Let's double check that all that works. It should. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what I just wrote, but I'm curious. I never trust anything that I write, so might as well. My new blog. Reload. What was I checking? Oh yeah, that something should come after that. So, see, this is why I don't trust anything that I've written, right? All right. Oh, okay. It's on sale again. Why are you on sale again? Okay, welcome to my new blog. Product. It's not on sale. This is probably an 11D caching issue. Everyone did see it work once, though, right? Thanks for the applause, Jeff, and thanks for hanging out like for the entire stream. I appreciate it. Let's see. There we go. It was just a little caching issue. Made a product. May or may not be on sale. Let's go ahead and toggle it once more, just because I honestly never get tired of when this sort of thing just works. Probably shouldn't restart 11D quite so fast, but you like that? You like that change? Everyone saw it work at least once. Yeah, that's just my ethos on life. Come on, man. Hey! How's it going? Why isn't this working? You're tuning in at the end and it should be working and it's not. There is data up here. What's the data say? Okay, the data still says there's no sale price. I 100% believe this. Believe that this is not my fault. 100% believe that. Okay, it's there now. Awesome. So like really what you could do here is you could also like make like a little design, have like a little red flag on it that says like, hey, on sale product, which would be super handy, I think. That way like you'll have the confidence. Yeah, it's just totally not my fault, right? It's the computer. It's not the operator. What's the old saying? It's there's an error. The error is between desk and chair or something like that. That's usually where my errors come from. Anyway, that's all that I actually do have time for today. I appreciate everyone hanging out for as long as you do. I'm going to try to get on a regular kind of weekly cadence. Whoa, that chat's huge on the screen. To be doing like while I'm working on demos, just kind of come in and do some live coding. So I do miss live coding. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that probably once a week, and if things go well, like doing some Q&A for that as well as we go forward. I will say a couple things. We do have a stream coming up next week on the official Sanity account, which is, I don't have my bot turned on anymore, which should be twitch.tv/SanityIO. We're going to be interviewing a community member, Jacob Stordahl, and he wrote some Snipcart plugins, which is going to be really interesting. Cap and I, another DevRel at Sanity, we're going to be interviewing him, going through his code, talking about why you might want that. This background, James, or the overlay background? Because the overlay background is, I can't work on it locally right now. I have to figure out what's going wrong there. But all this, I enjoy quite a bit. But yeah, so we're going to be having a conversation with Jacob about his contributions. We're hopefully going to be doing more of that, where people who are contributing to our ecosystem, putting their projects out, putting plugins out, putting guides out, that sort of thing. We have them on, talk about what's going on. Also, hopefully next week I've got a YouTube guide coming out, which more details on that. Follow me on Twitter and I'll post about that. So yeah, hopefully a weekly cadence on some new live coding, maybe Friday afternoons, maybe I'll change it. But just kind of chill, listening to tunes, working on some sort of code, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm enjoying, I think there's some cool stuff happening. I need to get rid of the didgeridoo. The didgeridoo doesn't make a whole lot of sense back there. It just kind of draws the eye. But yeah. Anyway, I might check to see if there's anybody to raid before we go. It's late on a Friday afternoon. I can't imagine too many people. Ooh, Corey. Yes, let's raid over to the 5 p.m. show. All things barbecue and C#. Yeah, CLW. Let's see, where is my raid channel? I haven't streamed in so long, y'all. All these buttons are like gone. Let's see. All right, let's go hang out with Corey. Best Twitch voice in the game, I think. I can just like hang out and just listen to him for a while. So till next time, keep doing awesome stuff, and I'll see you around. Nope. One of these buttons should do something. I didn't actually set up the right buttons. I'm awesome at this. The end.